How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Anoraks on Air, episode number 10. I am sorry that we have been out for the past couple weeks. We've been having technical difficulties, and then last week, it was kind of hard to travel out to make it here due to the weather. So we are very sorry. You know that we always try to be consistent, and we will continue to try to be consistent. So, of course, I have Blake Ross sitting with me today. How's it going, Blake? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm tired.
You tired?
Am I not?
I'm actually, you know what, I think the past couple times we did the show, I was really tired. And today I actually feel like I got a good night's sleep last night.
I didn't.
So I'm not tired. Yeah.
I was up until 4.
Yeah, this is the first time in a while I got a good night's sleep before Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so, it's usually because December was so packed movie wise.
Yeah.
So I would try to get out there to see movies on Saturday nights,
Yeah.
so I could talk about them here. So it's just really hard to get sleep, and because I get home late.
Right. Speaking
So,
of movies, you saw Glass.
I did see Glass, and okay, so I do want to dive into the movie because I have a lot to say, but I think I should start.
With something else.
No, I want to talk about my love for M. Night Shyamalan,
Oh, okay.
the director, before that, just so people understand where I'm coming from on this.
Right.
So, M. Night Shyamalan's first movie that he ever directed was The Sixth Sense, and
Right.
that's a massive hit, That's a big movie, and, I think everybody loved that movie, or 90% of the people that went to go see that movie probably loved that movie. Got great reviews all around. And then, Unbreakable, was the second movie, and, at the time, it was marketed as a horror movie like The Sixth Sense because the studio didn't think people would go see Night's second movie if it hadn't been as marketed as, from the director of The Sixth Sense, and then, it kind of was marketed as a horror film, even though it's not, and everybody knows now at the end of Unbreakable it's a superhero film in disguise.
Right.
And, there had been rumors about a sequel back then.
Right.
And, there wasn't, obviously, for a very long time. But then, his third movie, Signs, I started to watch that again last night. I was hoping to talk about my experience rewatching it with you here today as well. But I fell asleep in the middle of it because I was so tired, which is why I got a good night's sleep. I actually got to bed earlier. But, I love Signs. I've seen that movie multiple times. Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs are perfect films to me, and those were his first 3 movies.
I think this, I remember I watched Sixth Sense, early on, in my life.
Yeah,
but
I was a kid when I saw it in the theater,
exactly.
a young boy, so, yeah.
But even then, I still figured out at the end, wow.
Yeah. It's crazy to me because, I liked Unbreakable better than Sixth Sense. I love Sixth Sense. I'd still say it has one of the greatest twists in movie history, but I really do love the twist to Unbreakable a lot better, the fact that, it is a superhero movie in disguise, and that's the whole twist to that. And I think that, and, there's the fact that Mr. Glass is the super villain, per se, is also a really cool kind of twist to that. Not super villain, but villain,
Yeah.
to the superhero. He's kind of like this mastermind evil genius, and that was the whole twist on Unbreakable, which I found to be even better than the twist he put in Sixth Sense. The twist he put in Signs, a little weak for me, but still I love that movie just as much. But it's not the twist that always makes a movie.
You know what I just kind of thought about?
Huh.
Why are all these geniuses evil?
Yeah.
You don't get, it's really rare to see, a super genius superhero.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, though. I agree with you, but I'll say this, in the case of Shyamalan's film, I see where he was coming from. You gotta think, it's kind of funny to think about it now. When Unbreakable came out, there wasn't, the superhero fatigue like we have now, where everybody cares about seeing a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really see a lot of evil geniuses in movies, like that, and maybe in comics. But I just, I don't really I mean, you can't really blame him for making that, and plus he wanted it to be a superhero movie that was grounded in reality, you know. And, you know, so I think that was really cool about that. Anyway, moving forward with his films, you know, The Village, I gotta say, I rewatched that again. Not a fan of The Village still. I didn't like it when it came out. Yeah. You know, it was his fourth film, and I still find it to be disappointing. You know, I think it still feels like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but just not, it's just not my cup of tea of what he was going for. Then I think he did The Happening. After that, sorry, he did Lady in the Water, which I want to give another watch because I did not like that one when it came out.
Right.
Then The Happening was probably the worst one of the worst movies I've ever seen from him. The Last Airbender, I know everybody hates. After Earth is awful, and then he came out with a little movie called The Visit, which was his way of trying to go back to do something a lot more small and contained and refresh his career. And I love The Visit. And I said, all right, M. Night's back. And then he hits us with Split, where the twist ending is the fact that it's a sequel to Unbreakable. And, you know, here we are, you know, and we have our trilogy with Glass.
Yeah.
Closing all this out. So I'll get into it. So now you know how I feel about M. Night Shyamalan. I think he's a really cool guy, and he's still, just with his first three films alone, and then you got Split and The Visit, he's still, even though he fell out there for a while, is still, I still commended him for taking risks in those films. That I just don't think they paid off, and I think that, you know, he really did come back, and so yeah, I was really excited to see Glass.
Right.
And you know, like I said, his first three films are three of my favorite films of all time. So really excited to see Glass. So. And so my opinion on Glass is it's gonna be very controversial because it's not. I know there's definitely people that loved it, but I don't know that I've heard a review yet that has been as good as what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
For it. Because not only did I love it, this movie hit me in a emotional spot that I feel like no other film has been able to hit before. Ever.
Not even Star Wars.
I love Star Wars, but no.
Wow.
It hits a certain place in my heart. And I, for some reason, just felt like a spiritual and emotional connection to this film. I know that sounds weird and stupid, but I'm being very honest when I say this, that I loved what Knight did here. I think...
Is it one of those movies, you know, it's a trilogy. Do you have to watch the first two movies to...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I think Unbreakable is still the best in the trilogy, but what Glass did is it made me look back at the other two, and when you connect the entire story, it's just M. Night really told one of the most beautiful and amazing stories ever with this, and I'm being dead honest with you when I say this movie. I like Star Wars better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I like that. I'm just saying Star Wars doesn't hit me.
Yeah.
In this emotional spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, I grew up on something like Star Wars, so that original Star Wars trilogy is still better to me.
Yeah.
But we have to pass the baton to another, you know, new people when it comes to trilogies, and I think M. Night has earned it for me.
Wow.
He really needs, he deserves that crown for the king of making a trilogy right now, because he made something amazing.
Twilight's the best quintrilogy or whatever it is.
Quadrilogy, I think, right? Yeah.
Twilight's just the best.
Anyway, so I'm glad you feel that way.
No, don't.
No,
I hate it.
But when it comes to back to Glass though, because you know, so the first thing I'll say is I want to talk about this movie on a technical level.
Yeah.
Because technically, I love everything that M. Night did with the camera in this movie. I found to be amazing.
Yeah.
The fight scenes that's one of the complaints I've heard. Not the fight scenes, I should say the action scenes. Yeah. One of the complaints I heard were about the action scenes and the way that they were shot. I really loved it because they weren't these like big choreographed
Yeah.
type things that we see. You know, they're just he wanted to make this feel grounded, and I think he did, because he didn't make them choreographed. They felt like kind of raw and real
Yeah.
and grounded in reality.
I
And
mean, that's like the biggest thing. Sometimes I feel like, just because with all these new superhero movies, they're doing these amazing things like running on walls, and then I
Yeah.
can't do that.
yeah,
And it's like, I think it'd be nice to see a movie with abilities that some people couldn't do, but a lot of people could.
hmm yeah, I agree, and exactly, it's so true, man. I mean, if there were real superheroes, this is what it would be like if you watch this movie. And that's kind of what M. Night promised us, you know what I mean?
Right.
Prior to going into this. And I don't understand the negativity toward this movie at all, because I've listened to a lot of reviews on this movie. I'm not saying everybody's hated it. It's just been very divided.
Right.
And the people that are saying negative things about it, I honestly don't understand what they're talking about when they're talking about the negative things, because to me it's like, did we watch the same movie? You
Right.
know, like, I question that in my head when I hear people say negative things
Yeah.
about it. It's weird to me. You know, I've spoken about The Last Jedi, how divided that movie was, and people hated it. I loved it, but like when I listen to negative reviews on that, I can at least see where people are coming from.
Right.
And I'm not trying to say anybody's opinion is invalid. Don't get me wrong. If you don't like Glass, you don't like Glass, and
Right.
that's fine. You don't have to like it or love it even. But the negative reviews I've heard, just to me, I don't understand where they're coming from. Even.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. I can understand somebody not liking the movie, and I can see that there being reasons for that, but I'm just don't understand why people aren't liking it. Like,
Right.
it's weird to me. But moving forward from that, the performances are fantastic. I'll be honest, there are two, and even whether you love the movie or hate the movie, you cannot deny there are two Oscar-worthy performances in this movie, given by James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. Samuel L. Jackson is also great in this movie.
Yeah.
He's very ruthless. Now, even though the movie's called Glass, you might not get as much of Mr. Glass as you might think you would.
Oh, really?
I'll say that, to be honest.
Wow.
But it's still, when he's in there, he's great.
Awesome.
And I know people were disappointed because, and this isn't like a spoiler, but I know people were disappointed because they felt like they got a lack of Bruce Willis. I think with Bruce Willis, here's the thing. I think I really do take what I can get with him anymore,
Yeah.
because he's been kind of, in movies, and he hasn't given me any performances that I've loved, the way I loved him in Unbreakable
Right.
and Die Hard, and playing this David Dunn character. It's exciting to see, even if there's not as much of it as I would have liked, but they still used him as necessary in this movie, and
Right.
he's still really, really good. Like, I felt like it was David Dunn on screen.
Right.
I think he played that character really, really well. And yeah, I really love Glass, and I'm telling you, when the first act of the movie, it's fairly exciting, and the second half of the movie, act of the movie is like kind of a slow burn. But and people have complained about that too. But I was just like hanging on to every word. It's very talky
Yeah.
in that middle chunk of the movie, and I loved it because I loved the script. I thought that M. Night wrote a great script, and when you get to that third act, it's amazing to
Right.
me. People complained about the twist in the movie, and for once, M. Night's twist didn't really, well, it didn't in Signs either. I had said that, but I really feel like it did not make this movie for me. It's a good twist. I just don't think it made the movie. I
Yeah.
think what made the movie is the
characters, the story.
where he was willing to push these characters.
Yeah.
The point he was willing to push these characters, because I think M. Night was definitely a filmmaker who wanted to push these characters so far that I've just never seen a lot of filmmakers these days anyway have the balls to push characters as
Right.
far as he wanted to in this movie, and I found that to be even more compelling. And I love how I think he's going to have to be proud of this movie regardless of what people are saying, because he did take risks here. I'm not going to say that he didn't take take
Right.
any risks. He took risks. He pushed characters to places that we usually don't see. He definitely made the movie that I certainly didn't expect to see going in, but I
Yeah.
came out with
Happy.
something, a little bit of what I was wanting to see, but a lot more of something else. And it really, like I said, it hit me in an emotional place I've never been hit in before with
Yeah.
the movie. And I don't know what it was. It was just pulling on a string in here, and it just it tugged at it. And you know, I did. I cried at the end of this
Yeah.
movie. It really, really got me. And yeah, man, and in that aspect, it was really amazing. Yeah, I love this movie so much, but I really just feel like M. Night's like at the top of a mountain right now. You know, just saying like, and like all his fans, he's looking over all his fans, and he's just saying, you know, who's been with me since the beginning, and who's gonna stick with me, you know, through this journey that
Right.
I'm going through.
You feel like you're right there, just
Yeah, and I have been with him since the beginning,
Yeah.
and his voice comes through in this film more than it ever has. I think he wants to say something with Glass, and he has a message he wants to spread, and he accomplished that to me so well.
Mhm.
To a point, it does make me emotional talking about it, but
Right.
it's like it's incredible. I love that he's trying to connect with people like me who've been fans
Right.
since the beginning, and I really feel like he did that well. And no, I don't like it as much as I liked Unbreakable. I liked it better than I like Split, you know.
Right.
It's a better movie than Split to me, but yeah, it was an amazing close, and I love this movie. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I don't know if I can give it an exact grade, but I loved it, and it did hit me in
Yeah.
a spot that I've never been hit in before. But anyway, so
You know
that's
what?
my feelings on Glass.
You know what game has always hit me?
Huh?
And this is how I'm going to transition it.
That's fine.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. By the way, Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out here very shortly.
9 days from when we're recording.
Yeah.
January 29th.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you're pretty stoked.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know how like
I'm excited too. I am going to play this game. I just I might not get to it as soon as you
Yeah.
are, because I know that you already pre-ordered and I haven't. And yeah, I did like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I remember playing 2 more.
yeah,
Yeah.
so did I. I actually grew up playing 2.5 Remix.
Yeah.
And I had never played the first one
Yeah.
until very recently.
Yeah.
I like played the first 20 minutes of the first one ages ago, but it wasn't the same, because in the second one you start out in I don't remember the town's name, but you start in a little town, you do like missions for these people. And that's what I was used to. I was like, what's this about, an island?
Right.
And I still don't even know if there were parents there or not.
Yeah.
Like somebody like said that there was, and I was like, I never saw no parents.
Yeah.
Sora doesn't have parents.
Right. Right.
But like, and we talked about this a lot on the last episode, the one that didn't get uploaded.
Oh yeah, we had an episode that didn't air due to technical issues, and
Yeah.
maybe you guys will see that. Maybe you won't.
Maybe.
But
But
sorry. Go ahead.
in this last month, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix as often as I could.
Mhm.
And it feels strange to go from playing 2 to 1, because in 2, a lot of the characters are like, hey, it's you again, what's up?
Yeah.
And I was, as a child, I was like, it's me again, what's up?
Yeah.
I was
exactly.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I do kind of remember a little bit of that too,
Yeah.
for me as well, like that feeling of playing it when I was younger, and yeah.
And so now that I'm going to
feeling
1,
connected, I guess.
the first world that you visit is, well, you can visit 2 of them, but one's a lower difficulty.
Mhm.
You can go to,
Wait, so you're back on the first one again?
Yeah.
Like you're playing through the first one again?
Yeah.
I can't do that, but go ahead.
I have 9 days to play
Yeah.
the rest of the game.
You could probably do it though.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It is a big game, and
Yeah.
they're pretty long.
And
but,
I can guarantee you, I can't wait to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
gotta beat the first 2 games. No, I'm gonna get as far as I can with this, and then straight to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. You know, I haven't even watched the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I haven't either.
Really?
Only
You're
because
just trying to go in blind.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know that there's Toy Story, and I know that there's Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I don't even know who's in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't either? Not really?
I only know those two.
Okay.
I know those two worlds are new.
I didn't know that till now. So.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's cool. I think it's awesome. That excites me.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
Toy Story. Think about that. Toy Story's been around forever now.
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
It's going to be so... And
Well, it sounds like they're definitely, working on getting more Pixar properties
Yeah.
and stuff that we know. I guarantee we'll probably get some Frozen in there, too.
I didn't even think about that.
Probably. It's not a Pixar property, but
I know,
it's
but-
Disney.
Oh,
And
my
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, think about that. That's crazy, isn't it?
So, my thoughts for the future, we discussed this a long time ago on it, like, probably episode 2 or something.
Uh-huh.
Probably not that far, but, like, when stuff becomes virtual reality, everything. Imagine Kingdom Hearts in virtual reality, just walking up to, like, your favorite movie characters.
Right.
Walking up to Sully, and he's just, like, ginormous compared to you.
Well, that'll be like one of the first franchises they'll probably use to launch, VR once it gets like really,
Right.
universal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I mean, I know they have like VR option now, which is not as
Yeah.
portable and compact and all that kind of stuff. And,
Like, they have Borderlands 2 VR, which I love, because I love Borderlands 2 already.
yeah,
And so playing it in VR is extremely fun.
yeah,
But just thinking about playing Kingdom Hearts, like being able to feel like I'm holding the Keyblade, which I have a Keyblade,
yeah.
but being able to hit things with it and not go to jail is going to be amazing.
So it's not the holding; you just want to commit crimes and not get arrested.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Grand Theft Auto VR. Oh,
Trying-
God.
Trying to avoid the old paddy wagon. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
But no, I think it's going to be amazing. Like, so do you know, like, what the main story is behind Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I did. I actually, my friend, because I was talking to somebody else about this, and I was like, I haven't, I forgot everything that happened in Kingdom Hearts. Like, I'm so excited for this third one because I love those first two games, but I forget most of the story,
Yeah.
and that was a struggle.
And
So my
that's-
friend showed me this great video that I could watch that actually recaps it really
Yeah.
well, and it really was weird because it all kind of started coming back to me. I still want to play through 1 and 2 again,
Yeah.
despite that, but it was a nice video to see, to be able to help me out. But
Here's the very minimum that you need to know. You start off on an island.
yeah,
The darkness consumes your planet. You need to find your friends Riku and Kairi.
yeah, exactly.
And you go into different worlds.
yeah,
That's
that's essentially what this video said, but he
Yeah.
he did it kind of humorous too, which I liked in the video, and it worked
I mean,
out
it's
pretty
true.
well.
I mean, I didn't even know, like, I always tell people, if you plan on having kids,
Yeah.
this is the perfect game. Because what do kids love? Violence.
Yeah. Hmm.
This has violence. It's cartoonish violence, but
Right.
it's still violence.
Yeah,
Like, you get to beat stuff.
yeah,
And it's like, but that's the best part is the characters.
yeah.
You have Donald and Goofy by your side, always,
Uh-huh.
unless they're dead. Which, they get knocked out.
Right.
Unless you have a third party, which you can have Tarzan in your party, you can have Hercules, you can have... I hope I can have Sully as a... I'm Buzz Lightyear as a...
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh!
That'd be cool.
I am so excited. And I
Yeah.
think the best part is because when were 1 and 2 released?
That's a good question.
They were early on.
When did the PS2 come out?
Oh,
Because
God.
that's like where they came out. That's the console they launched on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think.
I think PS2 was, like, around the time that I was born.
2002, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
around.
I think it had to be 2002.
2002. And then, so we'll just say about 15 years later, 16 with that math, but
16.
we'll
yeah.
say 15 just to be safe.
Probably 16 since the first... 15 or 16 since
the first one
Kingdom
came out.
Hearts.
And then the
Yeah.
second one, when do you think that came out?
I think it was like 3 years later or something.
Yeah.
There wasn't nearly as big of a gap between 1 and 2. as
Yeah,
there
oh
has
no,
been
God
through
no.
two
And that's what I'm talking
and
about. The
three.
gap is going to be huge because this is the third one's going to be on the PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
These two were on the PS2, and if you were lucky to get a PlayStation 3 Slim, you could play it on there.
Right.
But now you have to have a PS4,
Yeah.
which is the only part that I'm sad about. Even though I have one, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are going to have to go and buy one if they want to play this game.
No, that's not true. Xbox is getting it.
No, that's what I mean. Even if they don't have if they don't have a PS4 or an Xbox.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
okay, I was gonna say because Xbox is getting it. You know what Xbox didn't get?
What?
The remixed 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm upset about.
You know what did?
PS4.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean Sony has the upper hand when it comes to this game for sure. I'm
Yeah.
glad it's at least coming out on Xbox, but yeah, I still would like to invest in a PS4 at some point to play that Spider-Man and
Yeah.
the old Kingdom Hearts games again because it's been so long and
Yeah.
it sucks. But
So with a lot of stuff, I don't care about the extra add-ons and extra details. When I pre-ordered this, I got the Steelbook. It was only $10 extra, but it's for a game that I've loved my entire life. This is what made me into who I am today,
yeah,
which is saying a lot.
right.
Just one game because I played 2 growing up. That shaped me into wanting to play more games, shaped me into wanting to be a geek,
Yeah,
build computers, do stuff like that.
right.
If I didn't have this game, I have no idea where I'd be.
Mm.
It could be the same place,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be, God knows, I could be a bodybuilder,
Right.
which I don't want that.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. That was one thing I was gonna say. Real quick, I just want to jump back into Shyamalan just to compare something that you
Yeah.
said. Because I meant to say this earlier and I just slipped my mind. But with the movie, Signs. I remember watching that as a kid, and the film was so unique to me that
Yeah.
I remember that being kind of the first moment where it was like there's a filmmaker behind the camera,
Yeah.
working, at everything. And yeah, so it's kind of the same thing for you, and I definitely understand where you're coming from with the Kingdom Hearts thing. It's kind of the first game that, made you want to,
Yeah.
get into, gaming a lot, probably harder, and it makes you such a fan of gaming. And, it's like with Signs, obviously, I love Star Wars at that point and everything too, but I'm saying the first time I realized, I think in the back of my mind, that there was somebody behind that camera,
Yeah.
and what that meant to a movie, you know what I mean, was probably Signs. Plus,
Right.
all M. Night's movies were marketed as M. Night Shyamalan movies too, so that also kind of helped me stay aware of that,
Right.
in a way. But it's what makes me such a student of film today. Had I not
Right.
probably realized that the filmmaker behind the camera makes that so much, and same for you, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It makes you such a huge gaming fan. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
And there are a lot of games and movies that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Me, even though I'm a really big hardcore gamer, and I'm gonna throw out hardcore because
Yeah, you are. A
after
hardcore
my
gamer.
life, I come home and I play games.
Right. It's like I call myself a student of film,
Yeah.
hardcore gamer. It's the same. Yeah.
I'm not a professional gamer in any means,
Yeah.
at all. Never going to be.
Right.
But hardcore, I game a lot.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my money on games and stuff for games.
Mhm.
My floor says it.
Yeah.
So there are games that I haven't played. Fallout, huge game. I still haven't played it.
Right. Ever like any Fallout?
I played Fallout 3.
I was to say Fallout 3 is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Once Fallout Las Vegas came out, I was out.
Yeah.
I was like, forget it.
Don't get me wrong, I want to,
Yeah.
but there are certain games, Kingdom Hearts, paid $85 for.
Like the
For the Steelbook and
Steelbook edition, right?
yeah,
Right.
for the deluxe.
I was just trying to make sure you got more for your buck
Yeah.
there. But
No regrets at all. I don't regret paying it for. I don't.
no, I bet, man. It's the same thing with me, man. I'll go. If there's something that I can't find any other way, I'll pay a little more for it. You know what I mean?
And what I'm talking about is would I spend $85 for extra stuff for Fallout New Vegas? I don't care about that game as
I got
much
you,
as I
yeah.
do Kingdom Hearts.
Right. So Kingdom Hearts it means that much. To you
Yeah,
at this
and
point,
when Fallout New Vegas becomes $20, sure, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Why not? It's another game.
Oh yeah.
And I want to enjoy another game, but I'm not going to spend $85 on a game that I have no connection with.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's
understand.
the same way with movies.
Yeah.
An actor you don't care about is in this movie.
Uh-huh.
It's a director that you have bad
Right.
experience with.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay. You're not going to go and see it in theater.
Yeah.
You might buy a copy later on if you see
Yeah.
it for $4 or $5.
Yeah.
And you'd watch it.
Yeah. Well, I try to see as much as I can too, just
Exactly.
to talk about things on the show. But yeah, I mean, that's a different story.
Right.
But Yeah, no, it's exactly the same thing, and I think that's why you.
I
and
feel like
can,
it's the same with Jareth and his comics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta watch the Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool too. Like with you and I, like I'm a film buff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still play games.
Right.
You're a hardcore gamer, but you still watch films. You know, and I think that's probably what helps us understand each other's fandoms.
Right.
So much,
And then we have anime.
There's anime.
Just throw that in there.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing that it's not like it's something I don't want to get into.
Which
I'll get into it like I get into everything else. I'm back into comics now. It's like so I'll get into anime the same way
So what I'm really looking forward to is everything's starting to connect together.
Yeah.
They are making live action movies of anime.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them suck.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
What I hear.
I'm not.
Been. It's like trying to adapt video games
Yeah.
into movies. That never works either.
Never.
So, yeah.
But with Death Note, it's an amazing anime. It's one of the most popular.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. The live action version on Netflix, I hated it.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Everyone else hated it.
Heard it's awful. Yeah.
You only see Ryu twice, and he's the Shimigami.
Right. I heard it was not good.
It's not, and now they're making a second one.
Yeah,
that's the thing about anime.
I think,
is that most of anime is made in Japan, obviously.
Yeah.
If we like it here in America, that doesn't matter.
Right.
If they don't like it in Japan, there's not going to be another one.
Right.
It doesn't matter how many people in America beg.
It's so true.
And it's the other way around, too. If
So
America
true.
hates it and Japan likes it, they're going to make more.
Yeah.
And that's where they're putting their money. And I understand that. When we make stuff in America, it's for America.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I
mean...
What I'm excited for is with an anime like SAO, I have a game for SAO.
Yeah.
It's not what I want, but it's something close. That was my first anime I ever watched. It's one of my favorites.
Right.
So when I bought the game, I didn't regret it.
Yeah.
But what do I want from an SAO game? What do you think I would want from an anime about video games?
Yeah.
Do you know the basis of SAO?
No, no, I don't. I've just heard it was decent. It was a decent anime.
They have nerve gear.
Right.
They put on these helmets, and that puts them into the game.
Yeah.
Not like VR. This is a whole new level.
Oh, you know what? You told me this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do know it. I just need to watch it.
It puts you into the game.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing step towards anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, now we have VR.
Right.
It's not as advanced, but it's slowly becoming more and more.
I see what you're saying, though, yeah.
And they are making SAO the game.
Yeah.
Like, there is a game out there already.
Yeah.
But it's in so deep of testing that, they have... So, I'm going to throw out some numbers. These are just off the top of my head. We have done... I've studied this before just to get a basis on how much the game would cost.
Right.
And I've seen videos on it.
Yeah.
I've done minimal research.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to throw out some numbers and just see how close I can get.
Okay.
So, with a game like this, every pixel you have to be able to feel.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Every pixel.
Mm-hmm.
And a floor is like a whole world. Almost.
Yeah.
There's 100 floors.
Mm-hmm.
Every pixel on 100 floors. And that's just the basis. You have to feel the sun on you. They have to program all of this.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's fascinating, though, too. On the same hand.
So, one floor, I think, would cost about $2 billion, it feels like. And that might sound like an overreaction, but this is a real estimate.
Yeah.
Floor 1 would cost about $2 billion just for every detail, every grain of grass, every tree.
Yeah.
And then they have to add special stuff like seasons.
Yeah.
The leaves have to start falling. You have to be able to feel that. You have to be able to feel the wind and all of that.
Yeah.
And so the technology itself, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's gonna... It's gonna kill people to get it.
Yeah.
No, and I mean like that. Like, it's gonna suck. But I would gladly take my life if people next gen could have this.
Yeah.
Because they have to test the nerve gear. It's gonna go into your nerve system.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna kill people. I mean, the whole basis of the anime was that the helmet was like a microwave. If you tried to take the helmet off, you'd die.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you think about the advancements that they're already making, I mean, I heard that there's this Wreck-It Ralph VR game that you can go somewhere and play, I think, and like, you throw pancakes or something in there like that, but, like, you can actually smell the pancakes. Like, they have that technology now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know.
Do you remember when they tried to make 4D?
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Was it bad?
Did you ever see it?
I didn't.
So they have, obviously...
But I do remember it happening, yeah.
They have 3D, which is, you can see it. Then there's 4D, which you can smell.
Yeah.
Well, Spy Kids, you had to scratch it, and you sniffed it.
Really?
Yeah. And guess which one they did? The baby farted.
No kidding. Was Spy Kids in 4D?
Yeah.
Was it the fourth movie that they did?
I think so.
Yeah, well, it would make sense because I remember their last one. Their third one was in 3D, so if they did their fourth movie in 3D or 4D.
But like, nobody even talks about 4D anymore.
No, they don't. They don't even talk about 3D anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's going obsolete too.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me because I like 3D. I think I like the idea of it. I think it shouldn't go obsolete.
You know what I would love? So I can watch movies with my VR.
Yeah.
I can't be put there, but I can have it right here.
Uh-huh.
I can hear it just fine.
Yeah.
I want there to be a movie theater where everyone's just wearing a headset.
Yeah.
And watching.
Yeah. They can make it to where you don't even have to go to the theater anymore. Like you can go into like a VR theater to watch movies now.
Yeah.
Probably,
That would be super expensive, but that would be amazing.
No, like you're not going to an actual theater. You're sitting at your house, but they make it look like you're in a theater. You mean that'd be expensive to produce? Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, definitely. But I think it would be cool.
And so, anyways, what I was talking about earlier was...
You won't even need a TV in your house. You're at the theater because you put on the headset.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
We've talked about this before, too. Like, how everything's just going to change. Like, you won't need to, like, leave the house to do recreational things. I don't think. You could sit there. People are going to become very obese.
Oh, yeah. I'm already getting there. I'm gaining some weight.
Yeah.
But back to what I was talking about earlier. Anime is becoming movies. Well, pretty soon, and what I like about SAO, I used to hate anime, and I think I've talked about this. I'm going to brush through. I used to hate anime.
Right.
I saw SAO for the first time. It was a gaming anime, and that's what got me into anime.
And look at you now with your pink hair. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Sugoi. But everything is like coming together slowly.
Yeah.
Anime and games, and then now they're making live action ones.
Yeah.
Horrible ones, may I add. But here's the part that upsets me. A game, Slenderman. Remember? Mm-hmm. Slenderman used to be a game. It was an awesome game. It was terrifying. It was a big trend for a long time.
Yeah.
Then they made a movie out of it. The worst movie I've ever seen.
It's one of the worst of last year.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Wrinkle in Time might have been a worse movie.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes.
It was pretty bad, but I wouldn't say
it was the worst.
There was like one shot in there that I was like, that was alright.
I fell asleep 3 times. And like I was trying to stay awake because I was like, maybe something good's going to happen. Yeah. But I was just sitting there.
I want you to watch Wrinkle in Time and tell me which one was worse, Slenderman or Wrinkle in Time.
I will do that.
Because Wrinkle in Time was my least favorite of last year. I didn't like Slenderman one iota, but you know, I still thought Wrinkle in Time was worse.
And like, don't get me wrong, I think that you could make amazing movies out of games.
Yeah.
But do a better job.
Yeah.
Like you saw Slenderman maybe 3 times, not counting the pictures that he was in.
Uh-huh.
And there was one time where he was a tree and then wasn't a tree, and it's like
I don't mind him being like a subtle thing and throughout the movie because it's always like
I like
for me
that
it's kind of and if I go back to Signs again, like one of my favorite aspects of that movie is like the subtlety of the aliens.
Right.
There's not like these.
It was kind of like
CGI type aliens.
A Quiet Place.
Right.
A Quiet Place was subtle.
That's a good example of subtleties. You're not really seeing what's supposed to be scaring you for most of that movie.
Exactly, but you have that fear.
Right. So I wouldn't have minded
that
in a Slenderman movie. It's not that. It's like when he did appear. It's the fact that there's nothing exciting about that movie prior to even leading up to him coming out.
I mean, like we saw him a couple times in pictures, and we were like, "Oh, that's Slenderman."
It's the fact that I hated every single character in that movie.
There was no why would I care about anyone in there? They didn't give me a reason.
Yeah, it's not like that they were horrible
They were good
actresses
actors.
either, right? Yeah.
But I didn't have an emotional connection with them.
Yeah.
They didn't give me a reason to.
No, they're
Like,
they're teenagers.
my dad left. They could have been like, my dad left, and so this happened in my life. Now Slenderman's coming to kill me. I would have been like, oh, I feel.
Yeah, it's like, here's a group of teenage girls. There's no backstory to them.
Yeah.
One of them gets kidnapped, I think, right? Or taken by Slenderman,
yeah.
right? But, yeah, like, see, I even forget he's in the movie. But, like, it's like one of them gets kidnapped. Here's some teenage girls, but there's no importance to them. Who's gonna connect to those characters?
Yeah.
Other teenage girls. That's probably
You know what did
yeah.
Stranger Things did a better place at this.
Mm-hmm.
With the thing in the Upside Down,
Yeah.
it stole the person.
Weren't they looking for porn in their basement when they found the Slenderman thing or something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was
think
asleep.
that's what it was.
I was asleep.
I'm like, do teenage girls do that? They just sit in their basement together?
We
and
can't
look
talk
for
about
porn?
this, Dom.
That's true. No, but you know what I mean.
I
Like,
know.
you see things like that in the movie. It's like some of the there was definitely behavior, and I don't remember much in the movie anymore
Right.
because it's so forgettable. But there was
Yeah.
certain behavior from those teenage girls. I was like, I don't think they act like that. You know, I don't think they do. But I don't know. But my point is, even if you just give us teenage girls, like in this very bland world, the only person that's going to connect to them is teenage girls. There's not going to be any.
Even then, like, I had two friends who were there. My friend Nicole and her girlfriend.
Oh, they didn't like him either.
No, they
Yeah, see, so
they
did a
hated
terrible
it.
job, right? Yeah.
Not even the ones that they're supposed to connect with didn't like it.
Yeah, but then you got to add too that scene for scene, that movie didn't make sense because
They took a lot of stuff out. That was fairly
it
obvious.
was carved into by the studio, and
I feel like it would. I feel like it could have been a better movie.
it might have been a great movie before they cut into it,
Yeah.
or it might have been just
That's what I mean.
bad and they made it worse. Like, you know, I don't know, but either
Because
way, it was
maybe
fun.
those scenes that they cut out were the scenes that would have given us that connection.
Maybe.
Like, maybe, okay, let's say something like this. The girl had an abusive family, and so that's why she was out in the woods,
Yeah.
to find something that wasn't there,
Yeah.
and that's when she was taken.
Yeah.
That would have given us a connection.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah. When you pull up that first trailer for Slender Man, you'll see it's.
Do you remember It Follows?
I loved it.
That was a good movie.
That's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
That when that came out, that was like. It was finally something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It Follows, and I loved It Follows.
It was a good horror movie. That's what I wanted from Slenderman.
Yeah.
You know, because Slenderman followed you. Like, in the game, he followed you as you collected more papers, which
I agree. Yeah.
they didn't. They took the it wasn't off of the game, but Slenderman was a thing in a game.
Yeah.
So I can't say that Slenderman was off of the game,
Uh-huh.
but he was the legend of Slenderman.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they didn't do a good job at that. I
Yeah.
wanted something like It Follows, you know?
It Follows gave me characters that I liked. It's creeped me out.
It gave me a
because-
reason to feel bad for these characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the first girl had sex with the guy, and then he
Right.
tied her up and was like, "You're gonna die."
Yeah, I mean the concept was 100% original.
Yeah.
You know, for the horror film it was, and yeah, it was well shot. It's a great movie. That's the problem with horror movies today. None of them. I mean, at least attempt to make it original. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Slender Man did make that attempt, but
It
like,
didn't get there at all.
You know, give us characters that I like, and you know it's missing that
Like,
anymore.
and I'm gonna be generous and say that it was a good movie, but a lot of stuff got edited out to make it into the worst movie I've ever seen.
Mhm.
And it was like,
Yeah, you go back and watch that first trailer for Slenderman. There's
looked
scenes
good.
in there. There's scenes in there that they did not
Didn't-
put in.
yeah.
Looks like entire sequences actually that they've
Yeah.
taken out of it. It's ridiculous. But
I feel like this was like a 3-hour movie that they
might
cut
have been.
down
Yeah,
to
2.5 maybe. I don't feel like this one. Well, it felt long, but I don't think it was like long in terms of its runtime.
Yeah.
You know, actual runtime. But
But then, like, Bumblebee came out recently.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
I love Bumblebee.
Yeah, I loved it.
Great movie.
It was something different. So we've talked about Transformers in the past, about how it's polished shit.
Yeah.
And it is.
Uh-huh.
With Bumblebee, it's not like that. It's a good movie with a good story, great CGI,
Uh-huh.
great special effects, Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Did Michael Bay direct this one?
No, sorry. Michael Bay's Why it turned out so good. because he's not a part of it.
Okay, that's what I was
It's
thinking.
who did this one? Travis Knight.
Yeah.
Travis Knight's the filmmaker on this one. He did a great job with this.
Yeah. And you know how Michael Bay is known for his explosions?
Yeah.
There's still some explosions in here, but
It was like one or two.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not like every other scene
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Hey, we were talking about, I think on the last time we sat here and spoke, we were talking about that chain scene, which
Yeah.
I really
Which you've
dug.
seen now.
I dug it. Yeah.
I loved that scene.
Yeah. It was cool.
It was amazing.
And that caused an explosion. But
Yeah.
it was done creatively.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, explosions and things are fine. You can't just shoot explosions
As long
for
as
the
there's a reason.
sake of shooting explosions. I mean, like, obviously, he put reasons in there why things blew up, but it just really felt like he just
There's a
wanted
missile out of nowhere? What?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just, like, they just didn't feel justified.
I feel like every time I'm playing Grand Theft Auto and I just, you know, like you like block the road and then a bunch of cars show up, you blow one up and it causes a change. Michael Bay.
Yeah, right? No kidding. There's this, actually, I'll show you this.
All
It's
right.
Titanic 3D trailer is the name of the video. So if other people want to pull this up.
Yeah.
But this is really, really funny. I'll actually tell you the actual title of it here in a second. But it has to do with what we're talking about, which is why I want to show this to you. But yeah, Michael Bay just he I'm sorry, it's Titanic Super 3D. Yeah, type in Titanic Super 3D and then you'll find it. It's the one that says Titanic Super 3D. But I'm pulling this up now for us to watch. There's an ad. I'm gonna turn it down so we're not taking off for the
Oh,
ad.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Bay just he likes to blow shit up. That's his craft, I guess. And you know.
Did he like put
like it or hate
explosions
it.
on the Titanic?
What's that?
Did he like blow up the Titanic?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This is called Titanic Super 3D. This is what this is, and I'll show this to you.
Titanic is back. Digitally upgraded with new 3D motion field technology. You can feel the action. Now, with more monsters and an up-to-date soundtrack. In cooperation with George Lucas. J.J. Abrams. And Michael Bay.
I knew it. He blew up the boat. It's just like a chair falls over, boom. Guy falls in the water, explosion.
Yeah.
Little boat. Oh, okay.
Titanic. Super 3D.
That's like the best Michael Bay parody I've seen on the internet,
Yeah.
though. It's so true.
Yeah. Chair just falls over,
He'll
kaboom.
blow shit up for no reason.
Guy falls in the water, explosion. I just imagine. Never let go, Jack.
Yeah. Like the
As he's just sinking down.
exactly. Like it's weird. Like the George Lucas and the J.J. Abrams ones are just kind of fun plays
Yeah.
in that thing. But when they do the Michael Bay one, it's just like it's so true. Like it's not only funny, it's like true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But anyways, what was like something that you liked about Bumblebee?
Oh, Haley Steinfeld's performance for sure.
Oh, yeah.
She impresses me more and more throughout her career. I think she's doing great things. I think she's gonna blow up here pretty soon. Music
With Bumblebee
she's-
coming out, or
Well, she's got her music career, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I think Bumblebee's definitely gonna boost her career. I loved her in Edge of 17. I thought that movie was fantastic. I loved her way back in the day in the True Grit as a kid. She put on an amazing performance. I know she had a couple movies that people didn't like, but whatever. But Bumblebee, yeah, she's back, and she gave me another great performance. And she's one of those actresses to me that are really diverse. And I've actually seen her in concert as well. So yeah, so She's just one of those gals that has an amazing career, and I'm really rooting for her. So definitely one of my favorite aspects of Bumblebee was her. I know a lot of people complained about John Cena in Bumblebee, but he just makes me laugh in movies.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really take it seriously. He's a cartoony villain, but I think that's fine when that's what the movie's going for. And he wasn't, like, the main villain. You know what I mean?
Right.
The two
He
Decepticons.
he was a protagonist, but not the main protagonist.
Right. He's not, like, yeah. And I think it was fine to make him a little bit more cartoony.
Yeah.
Just somebody who was really funny in the movie. And at the end of the day, they gave him a pretty good purpose in the movie. So, I was like all for it, I gotta say, I found the kid, Memo, to be a little bit annoying.
Memo?
Yeah, the one that likes her, has the crush on her. I found him to be annoying.
He was a little too much. When he was like,
I think the joke he had with Cena at the end was the joke that worked probably the most for him.
what was it?
He kind of shows up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's really Cena's joke, but it's like he shows up. But I think it was good to have him there for that. And Cena's like, "World's already saved, kid." And then he's like, "Good. Can you call my mom for me?" Because he like looks at the time. Though that was probably his best joke in the entire movie. And I'm not saying the kid was a bad actor. Like he had good comedic timing. I just
feel
don't
like
know
he
that
didn't
he was needed.
Yeah, he didn't have a good
Yeah.
reason to be there.
Yeah,
I like this girl, so I'm gonna be in the movie.
But Haley Steinfeld's character of Charlie, I like the character of Charlie a lot. I became super attached to that character. Yeah. She had a story. Here's the thing: I was talking to somebody else about this recently. With the original Transformers movies, and I'm not saying Shia LaBeouf was a bad actor. He's not. Yeah. I think he's a fantastic actor. But the character. If you strip away the Transformer aspect out of those movies, and I understand it's a Transformers movie, don't get me wrong, but if you take the Transformers aspect out of that movie and we were just watching a Sam Witwicky movie, I couldn't be interested because there's just not enough to that character.
Yeah.
But if we strip away the Bumblebee aspect or the Transformers aspect from Bumblebee, and we're just watching a movie about Charlie, I could do that all day because she's a very layered character. Yeah. She's got the thing with her father.
Exactly.
That was good stuff. That was
and
great.
That's what we were talking about earlier with Slenderman. It didn't give me a connection with this. We know that her father passed away.
Yeah.
We know that she had an incredible connection with her father. With the car and the music, which it showed later
that was
on.
Awesome. That stuff was really emotionally.
When Bumblebee tried to play the music, she yelled at him because that's something special to her, and we felt that.
Yeah, we
felt that connection with her, even without that scene.
Yeah,
we still had a connection with her.
Yeah,
Slenderman did not do that.
Yeah.
I don't give a about the characters.
No, the thing is, like, I'll say this about the original, the first Transformers, the first Michael Bay one. With Shia LaBeouf is I think one thing that they did nail and Michael Bay was able to nail in that movie is the relationship between Sam and Bumblebee.
And the Bumblebee, yeah.
But it needed more of it, and I felt like we also got that here, which I liked a lot. And Bumblebee was even more fleshed out here.
The first Transformers movie, in my opinion, was the best out of all of them, except for Bumblebee. I mean,
I think Bumblebee's the best now.
Yeah.
I think it took that. But yeah, I agree.
Because the first one had a story, even though it was a really, really, really weird story.
Yeah.
Like, just taking it down to its very bridges. The cube. And that's all that matters.
Right, yeah.
It's a weird story, but I understand.
Yeah.
I accepted it. But we had a connection with the characters. Bumblebee felt something with this man.
Yeah.
This man's loved Bumblebee for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember it too well, obviously.
Right.
Because it's been so long, and after all the other Transformers movies came out, I haven't even seen the newest one.
Me either. Last night, the one with Mark Wahlberg, that last one, I didn't see it. I didn't like the one before it, so I didn't see that one.
Exactly, and it's like, I want to watch all of them.
Yeah.
Just now because...
I like 1 and 3. Those are the only two I liked.
Yeah. I want to watch all of them now, just because of how many there are.
Yeah.
Like with Star Wars, this is different because Star Wars is good.
Star Wars is great. Transformers is good. Like the first Transformers is a good movie. It's not a great movie. Second one is terrible.
Yeah.
The third one it's all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if I could even call that one good. It's all right. You know what I mean? It's watchable. And then like the fourth one sucked. I'm sure the fifth one did too.
Yeah.
You know, so none of those movies are really great.
Oh,
Bumblebee
no, exactly.
was great to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, Bumblebee was so adorable.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
That always helps.
which I always love because he's this big,
Yeah.
scary thing.
It's not that he wasn't,
and he's just like a
adorable,
puppy.
but it wasn't that aspect wasn't there either in all the other ones.
Yeah.
It's just that it needed more of it. You know, like
And, okay, with Bumblebee, we saw he left his planet. He's small compared to all the other guys.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, he's tiny.
he is. He looks very compact. Yeah.
So he's not a fighter. He is a fighter. Like, we've seen his combat mode, which I don't think they showed enough of that
Really?
in the movie. They showed it a little bit.
I like the way they handled that.
Oh, I
Aspect
loved it.
because of, you know, it was him like when he's blowing shit up. You
Yeah.
know, that one part, and it's kind of interesting. It's ironic because we're talking about how it's a new director, and it almost seems like he wants to kill that aspect of
Yeah.
shit blowing up all the time. And it's kind of cool how when
But
he's
you got to
blowing
have that
up-
with Transformers.
Well, you got to have it somewhat, but it's really cool
The
when
way
he's
that he did
blowing
it.
shit up at that one part. Bumblebee is, and
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld's character Charlie comes up to him and says, "Stop." You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You know what that reminds me of?
Huh.
The Iron Giant.
Right, yeah.
Aw.
Well, definitely. Like, it has that, you know, Iron Giant feel. And
Yeah.
sure, there's things that...
No, it has the exact feel. These people are shooting at this Iron Giant, Bumblebee,
Yeah.
and the main character has to go up to him, stop.
Right.
That's the exact same.
No, I agree with you, 100%.
And I love that.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a great feel. And sure, there's inspirations from other movies.
Do you
and
think
things that-
Iron Giant, like, the producers could sue?
No.
No.
I
But,
doubt
like,
it.
think
but
about that. It's the
it's
exact
different
same
characters.
feeling.
It's different characters.
It's the exact same feeling.
really
though.
is.
And, like, I have to describe this once more just because this giant thing with guns gets scared and gets into combat mode.
There's certain
And
things...
it's the same reason. The exact same reason. The one that they cared about got hurt.
Yeah. Right. No, I agree. And there's certain things that should just have that simpleness to it. You know what I mean?
And once again, that was a connection between the characters that we felt.
Yeah.
He got upset because the one that he cared about got hurt.
Yeah.
Slenderman didn't have that.
It's like if you got a franchise that has characters who are so big, it's fine to me that your story is going to be a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And something that maybe we've seen before. As long as your characters are something different.
Yeah.
and
Are unique and have.
big, and you know they're just big characters. It's
Yeah.
like people talk about the Ant-Man movies in the MCU, which now I'll be honest, I wasn't huge on Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good movie.
I liked Ant-Man more.
Ant-Man was better, but that's what I was gonna go back to. Like Ant-Man. When you think about Ant-Man, it's just kind of like it's a simple fit Marvel film,
Yeah.
but it's so great because Scott Lang is so relatable.
He has, and he has
yeah.
reason to care about him, like his daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And as long as your characters are larger than life, that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's fine that your movie isn't necessarily larger than life. It's just you could take it back a bit, and it could have themes
Love
that
Simon.
we've seen before.
Didn't have any action, you know?
It's true. It's true.
And I loved Love, Simon.
I thought Love, Simon was a really good movie.
It had amazing story. It had amazing characters.
It
Like,
really knew what it
we
wanted to be.
connected to the character because we've all had issues in our life. We've all had problems
Yeah.
where we were like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, my biggest gripe with Love, Simon is I just don't think all the jokes worked 100% of the time.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a movie that knew what it wanted to be, like right from the
Yeah.
beginning, and
And I had a connection with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, a movie doesn't need action. It doesn't need a big story.
Yeah.
As long as if Slenderman had good connections with the characters, I probably would have loved it, even though it was a horrible movie.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
But the difference I'll say with Love, Simon is yeah, sure, I see what you're saying. It definitely had larger than life characters.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the story was something we hadn't seen before in Love, Simon. So I'll say that's the difference.
You know what show did an amazing? They did amazing with like connections to characters.
What?
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, I love 13 Reasons
Yeah,
Why.
and it was very simple, but it was so complex at the same time.
Both seasons have been great.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love that show.
I haven't seen the second season yet.
Oh, really?
I forgot
Watch
about it.
It's damn good.
I need
it's
to.
Damn good.
Is it on Netflix?
It is. You know what came out I haven't watched yet?
What?
Series of Unfortunate Events Season 3. I've seen the first 2 seasons.
I
haven't
haven't.
watched.
I
Really?
want to though.
It's a great show. I grew up reading the books, so I mean, I really like the show. I
And that
think they
gives
do
you a
good
reason to
job.
watch it. From what we were talking about earlier, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I grew up reading those books, and yeah, they do a pretty good job telling those stories
Nice.
in a way that adults and children can enjoy, and I think it's
Once again, and did you know that Kingdom Hearts has some adult humor?
yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Everything does. I think when you really break it down, most things that are good,
Yeah.
it has adult stuff. It's funny because they don't call like children's movies. They call them family movies.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be there for the whole family to enjoy, even though there's a lot of bad ones.
Right.
The bad ones are ones that really aren't family films to me.
Yeah.
There's there are movies out there that I do think families
Yeah.
can enjoy, yeah. So, I mean, it's weird to me, but
Yeah.
yeah, so okay. But yeah, anyway, I think that was a pretty big discussion today.
Yeah.
I think we had a pretty good show.
Are there any movies really quick that you're excited for 2019 that are already like
John Wick 3, I just saw the trailer for that. My most anticipated, definitely John Wick 3. There's one with Sam Elliott that looks really intriguing, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'll get back to you on that next time. The trailer just dropped for that. There's
my Kingdom Hearts hat is just sitting there.
sorry. Avengers Endgame, obviously.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
want
God,
to see. Captain Marvel, I want to see. Shazam. I think the biggest one is obviously Star Wars Episode 9,
Yeah.
the end of the Skywalker saga. I can't wait to see how this all comes to a close. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot that I'm excited for this year, and I'm sure that that'll grow as we start to get more movie news and trailers, and I'm honestly just excited to keep doing this show throughout
Yeah.
the year and to talk about all these great films and games and just maybe even some comics, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I really hope we can get Anoraks, this show, to grow
Yeah.
throughout this year, and I think we will. And I think if our subscribers can just stick with us a little bit longer, you'll start to see some advancement and growth. I've definitely been working on some things, and I think we're gonna have some cool announcements coming up here really soon that even Blake probably doesn't even know about, but at this point. But yeah, so these are all things I'm excited for, definitely in 2019, and I'm excited to see whatever happens with the Disney streaming service. We might get some films on there. I know we're definitely getting some really awesome shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are things I'm definitely looking forward to throughout the rest of the year. So yeah.
All right.
Well, that was been Anoraks on Air, episode 10. Be sure to subscribe, like us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at Anoraks Official. It's at Anoraks Official across all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And just make sure you tune in next week and tell all your friends about the show if you like it. And it's a really good show that you can listen to when you're driving in your car, or, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank Blake Ross. He does great here every week. And I have been your host, Don Martino. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Thanks. Bye.